Today, the Supreme Court is considering a case that could change the face of politics in this country for a very long time. So yeah, pretty important. Let's connect the dots. The case is challenging gerrymandering. What is gerrymandering, you might ask? It's when political maps are redrawn to ensure one political party wins. That's why you end up with some congressional districts that look like some sort of bizarre Rorschach test. And while Republicans are accused of gerrymandering the most, the Supreme Court is looking at two cases, one involving Republicans in North Carolina, the other Democrats in Maryland. So why is gerrymandering considered bad? Political veterans say you end up with incumbents who don't have much motivation to listen to voters, especially moderates. The Supreme Court has been hesitant to take this on in the past, arguing it would make judges kingmakers, deciding who wins or loses. But technology could provide some hope. Social scientists have created computer programs to not only help identify gerrymandered maps, but also create ones free from bias. Any way you look at it, this Supreme Court decision could change the course of American politics for generations. Connecting the dots, I'm Marcelino Benito for H-Town Rush.